So I got sent this post and was asked to give my thoughts on it, which coincidentally, I just released a book in which I wrote a whole chapter on this because it's time that we talk about it, man. But let me go ahead and read it. It says, your granny's 40 or 50 year plus marriage isn't goals to me. If she had to accept nonstop infidelity, struggle, love, second class citizenship in her home, silencing herself to survive it, seeing her man's face in neighborhood kids, and her worth only being based on her culinary and child rearing abilities, sir. These are not goals. Trauma bonds, a lack of resources and tradition kept many of our grandmothers with their husbands. Stop shaming millennials for having the audacity to expect respect and reciprocity. And you know what? Despite some of the feedback that I saw this young lady get because of this post, people saying that she was disrespectful, to her elders and taking people for granted and all that. Look, what I got from what she said and where I've been on this subject is to simply be objective. Beyond the surface of 40-year, 50-year anniversaries, that's so beautiful. I want that. Tell me anything and I'm just going to run with it. Because if you are 80s baby or older, your grandparents, your great grandparents, they came up in the era where women were validated by having a man, having a husband, having children, having a family, not by finding somebody to grow old with that was going to be their life partner, that was going to pour into them. And men, they came up in the era where their emotional needs were never validated, nor their emotional traumas or the solutions needed for those traumas. So relationships were heavily structured around that. So before I applaud a relationship or say, you know what, I need to pattern myself after everything that this person is doing, just fly by whatever they say do, I'm asking questions. Like, what was y'all commitment to? Was the commitment to a best friendship? Was the commitment to supporting one another, holding each other down? Was the commitment to building each other up? Or was a commitment to, just enduring this living hell to the day that you die? Because you don't believe in divorcing out of a living hell once you marry into it. Big difference. Time alone don't qualify anything. Slavery lasted over 150 years. Wasn't nothing good about that. Hell is eternal. It don't turn into heaven just because you endure it for a really long time. And quiet is kept. There are a lot of people celebrating 20, 30, 40, 50-year marriages, anniversaries and all of that are really in dead-end situationships. They're just never going to get out. They're just going to ride it. They're just going to, all the way to the ship sink. They going with it. And I'm going to tell you how you know the difference between the two when you see an elderly couple, man. When you see an elderly couple, and you see a woman, she's aging well. She's full of life. Her and her husband still interact like friends. They consult with each other. Cool little gadgets they ain't used to, or crossword puzzles, or crazy commercials. They always want to enjoy it with one another. When you see something like that, that's a damn good relationship. I'm all for that. Like when I used to work at IHOP in Auburn, Alabama, and anybody that still worked there or around there can vouch for this. There was an elderly couple in their late 80s that came in every Sunday at the exact same time, and I served them every time. They sat with me. And the guy, the man, he insisted on cutting his wife's pancakes. She was fully able, and we were more than willing. But that's what that's what he did. He catered to her to this day. And whenever they had their meal, they had jokes and conversations the entire time. And there are some millennials in relationships and they got their head buried in their phone. They ain't even got that. Them folks been around each other all that time and still got a best friendship. Like, I want that. I don't want that shit where granddaddy in the back room ain't talking to nobody, the whole family up front. He just waiting on his food. Ain't nothing wrong with him, no disability or nothing like that. And you see the grandmama, she's still slaving over a hot stove. They both work a regular job. But she expected to still wash his drawers and cut his toenails. She looked like the life is just sucked out of her. She's not aging well. She's not even happy until she see her grandbabies. Like, I don't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? So to this young lady's point, be objective whenever you are seeing these relationships. Don't just blindly trust anything because it's been together for a really long time, because that can mean anything. But y'all let me know what you think in the comments, man. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.